Not much BVP to go off of here with the Diamondbacks against Haney. Corey Seager's got a couple of hits and 4 trips. Nobody's had any extra base hits against Mantiply. But again, he'll just be in there for an inning or so. So facing the top of the lineup, Semyon, 1 hit in 2 plate appearances. Seager, 2 hits and 4 plate appearances. And Robbie Grossman has a hit in his only plate appearance. Garcia, 0 for 1. I believe, in his only play. So not a lot necessarily to go off of there as far as Rangers against. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, the Diamondbacks against Haney. You do have Kettle Marte, who right now is on a historic hitting streak, really a record-setting postseason hitting streak right now. Kettle Marte, if the Diamondbacks were to come back and win, probably in line to be the MVP, but they're down 2-1, so that's not an issue. But Marte, certainly with his numbers, his 2 hits in 7 trips against Andrew Haney, both home runs. So Marte with that long hitting streak right now, one of the most big. I think I I could have checked. It's not an important stat necessarily. I think it's the longest hitting streak in postseason history right now for Marte. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Uh, Christian Walker, who we saw thrown out at the plate, ran through that stop sign. That was unfortunate. I thought they were showing the base coach, and it is a fine line. You're not going to say the base coach did a bad job. He actually did a perfect job, but it is tough making a split second decision like that as a runner. The base coach obviously did change his mind on the runner after maybe the runner had started his acceleration. And anybody who's played a little ball, I don't care, even if it's out there with uh, at least a softball team good enough to send a third base coach, or if you're on your third base side, someone standing out there, half the time you don't send a base coach. But hey, maybe you were a high school player, maybe even a college player, whatever. And you ran the bases, someone's sending in, they change their, it's tough to, you've made a decision, you're going to keep going. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong with him, running through that stop sign. I don't think he made a conscious decision like, whatever, coach, I know I got this. I think it was one where because he was waving him home and then changed at the last second, really, you sometimes in your own mind, if I stop, I'm going to be thrown out because my momentum has me way too far off the bag. What I feel like. So did I lose you there? All right. And let's see, under here for Londo as well. Blake said under. Howard's going Texas. Make the call, Ramon. What are you going to do with this one? I may have already shown your picks there. Let's see. Nobody else. Nobody else has any picks, so time to pull the trigger here. Maybe we can give a little bit of statistics on this one. I'm not too worried about the numbers for Haney and Mantiply. Like I said, we got a bullpen game. The Arizona Diamondbacks have been terrific in their bullpen. That's been the key to their success here in the postseason. And I'm going to take the Arizona Diamondbacks here in this one. I'm really concerned about Adolis Garcia. I think he is a huge, huge factor in this series. Not just his presence as a plate, but his effect on the rest of the lineup as well. Maybe he will be in there, but what really could his status be? Yesterday was a close game, 3-0 for most of the game, and then the run. But you're not going to pull a guy like Garcia out of the game unless he really cannot compete, cannot swing the bat. Can you really, a back injury, sleep on it, feel better tomorrow? I guess you could. Could you go back and hit a home run? You don't even need to swing real hard if you're a guy like Adolis Garcia to hit a home run. But let's say that this is going to be affecting him enough. Could you go up there and Kirk Gibson it, and hit a home run and get, yeah. But to me, leaving the game with a back injury, a big slugger like Garcia, who has been the biggest name, the biggest star of the postseason so far. I think is a big factor. Not necessarily placing this as the handicap, but I don't think there's been any reflection in the line for the absence. And maybe there, yes, there shouldn't be in a baseball game. It's just one player to a certain extent, and the price right now. Let's see, are we talking? I may even have the wrong favorite here. Actually, no. It looks like the Diamondbacks, and maybe it is the fact that you know that Garcia has found his way to the injured list right now, listed as questionable with that. I want to say I think it's actually a side or what they maybe they call it an oblique injury. That that doesn't sound good. So I'm going to take the Diamondbacks again here in this one. Uh, take Arizona. I'm taking Arizona with that great bullpen that they have. My guy wasn't in there last night. The two stars for the Diamondbacks in that bullpen. Seawald, Gankel not used last night. They'll get action here, and I like this one for Arizona tonight.